that is still firefighter medicine. Okay. So you're going to see that he's got all kinds of stuff. When he puts it all on, it's going to weigh about 45 pounds. Okay? That's probably, I got a little kid about this, that's how much. So imagine putting that on, and then you got to go pick up tools. So it's kind of heavy. We're going to start off with, we're going to pretend here, everybody got their imagination going. We're going to pretend that we have to go to a fire. We don't, but we're going to pretend. Firefighter Nelson's going to come over here and he's going to do something really cool. He's going to take off his shoes. Now I want you guys to look. He's got zippers on his boots. How cool is that? See how easy it was for him to take off his boots? He doesn't have to lace his legs, tie them. He just takes the zippers and zips it off and he steps into his boots. Now this is another cool thing. I tried to convince my little kid to do it, but he wasn't on board. He stepped into his shoes and he pulls up his pants. You see how quick that was? He is ready to go. Ready to go and has his pants and shoes on. You see how fast that was? Because believe me, he can get dressed fast. Trust me. So then he puts his suspenders on because he needs to hold up his pants. That's what suspenders are for. And then he comes over and he grabs his jacket. And off that jacket he pulls a nice big hood. He puts it over. And what it is that special fabric. That's fire-resistant fabric, so that fabric, it won't burn. He takes that and puts it over his ears, and then his jacket. You see how heavy it is? He puts it on like a big, heavy coat. And you see how it's got little yellow stripes on it? Well, if you take a flashlight and you flash it at it, they glow. It's kind of cool. So he puts his zipper on and does all of his Velcro, and it's starting. It doesn't look as much like Firefighter Nelson, does it? He's getting a little bigger, like he's got all the full jackets, and you can only see his face in his hands. So what he's going to do next is he's going to grab his backpack. Some of you guys have a backpack, and firefighters got backpacks too. So he takes it and he puts it on, just like you put on a backpack, and he starts tightening all the straps because he's going to be working really hard, and he doesn't want his backpack to move. So he wants to make sure that it's all in the right places and it's comfortable and he can hold it. And inside of his backpack, he has something very special. It's air, okay? Because when he walks into a fire, it's all smoky, and you can't breathe smoke. Smoke's going to kill you. So we bring our own air into the fire. Next, you'll see he has a mask. And this is the part that's really important. He puts the mask on his face, and you'll see that it goes all around the sides, and you can see just his eyes. So everybody remember what it looked like before? You can still see him. You can see his eyes really good. But everything else is covered up so that a hot fire won't burn him. That's why he has all this special equipment to protect him. Now, there's one thing that he's got to do in order to protect one more item. Okay, we're in fires, and sometimes things fall, there's lots of heavy stuff. He's going to put his helmet on. If you look at his helmet, you'll see that it's black, and that's from smoke. So, guess what happens when a fire, when it's smoky, the hot air and the smoke goes up high, and that's why his helmet is all black. So he's going to put the little knob in his face, and that's all of his backpack, doing all kinds of cool, special stuff. And you guys hear that? That's Firefighter Nelson breathing air out of his backpack. Go ahead and talk to us. So, Firefighter Nelson, you see all that stuff is really heavy? That stuff is to help protect him so that he can go into the fire, put the fire out, and if he can find anybody that's trapped. So our goal is if you ever in a fire and you see somebody that's really big and got orange fluorescent stuff and sounds kind of funny, you want to go to them because they're going to help you. Okay? So, when we have hot fires, imagine about 45 pounds worth of gear on you, and then you got to pick up a tool like fire hose or an axe or something. And then if you find somebody, you got to carry them out. And most people are not like that. They tend to be a little bit heavier than we are. So that's why putting all this gear on is really important for us to be healthy and eat good and to exercise because it's going to take a lot lots of energy to do all this work. So that's why we're really lucky to have firefighter down here. It's a really good way to do it. You guys have any questions?
Give them a round of applause.
Yeah.
What we're going to do in a second is we're going to split, and we're going to have the group that saw the fire engine is going to go inside the firefighter down there. The people that were inside will stay out here with me, and I'm going to show you all the cool stuff on the fire engine, all the cool toys. So, yeah. Any questions real quick? You guys digging the fire station? It's okay. Say again? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. With his mask on, it sounded kind of funny. But it was still bad. It sounds like he's in space. You know what? It does. And you know, imagine that in a dark room filled with smoke and you can't even see your hands in front of you. You can't hear much because there's lots of noises going on. And it's what we call a harsh work environment. So, stand up. If you were inside, I want you to stay here. If you were in the apparatus bay, I want you to stand by your teacher real quick. I'm just going to divide everybody up and make sure everybody's good.
I was inside.
Everybody got the right people? We're doing good? So, you guys see the big yellow hoses? This is something that's kind of cool. These big yellow hoses that go up. Well, when we start our fire engines, they're really big fire engines and they're kind of stinky and they make their own smoke. So what we'll do is we'll take those hoses, we don't have to run, we'll put them on the exhaust, and when we start the fire engine, the hoses, they have a fan and they suck the air out and they blow it outside because it's really bad to breathe the smoke. So that's what those are. And that helps us because it's a carcinogenic element we'd rather not have here in our house. Come up front with me, guys. I'm going to show you a couple cool stuff. This is where firefighter Nelson sits. He's got all of his gear back here, so he usually gets dressed, most of his stuff, and he sits back here, and on the way to a fire, his backpack, his air pack, is right in his seat. Okay, we're going to walk past here in a second, guys.